What's up, guys? This is Ron's Rides. This is Alfa Romeo of Daytona Beach. This is an Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, and I'm gonna tell you guys why you do not need carbon ceramic brakes. I'm here with a very possibly subjective title or topic, shall I say, for this video. You know, some people might not agree with it, but I'm just kind of giving my take on it, and then you can comment on what I said or just put your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section on this topic. Now, we all know that the Giulia Quadrifoglio is the, you know, beastly car, the beastly model of the Giulia. You know, it's the souped up model. It's the one with 500 horsepower, and it has all the bells and whistles. With that said, you have the option of getting carbon ceramic brakes with this car. Now, what do carbon ceramic brakes do? Why are they better than steel brakes? Well, not only do they look very, very good, as you guys can see in a lot of these videos, video shots here. Not only do they look good, they're super lightweight. You know, they're good for performance as far as, you know, being able to withstand high heat, being able to withstand warping or corrosion from water and salt, and they last a lot longer than your average steel brake. So you're going to get a lot of good use out of them. They're performance brakes. They're for the track. They're for heavy usage. Now, with that said, this is considered a daily driver, you know, so it's not one of those cars that you're gonna always take on the track unless you use your sedan as your track weapon, which some people might, you know. But when it comes to daily usage, there's a couple of flaws that I think the carbon ceramic brakes have that really don't fit the Giulia well. So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but for the carbon ceramic ultra high performance Brembo brakes, $8,000. That's a big number for a car with this particular spec. That's $87,000. So without the brake system, without this carbon ceramic brakes, it would have been $79,000. So that's a big number. Now, it's different when you're paying over $200,000 for a Lamborghini, an Audi, or a McLaren, you know, because that amount of money might not be that substantial. It's not that big of a chunk of percentage of the car. But when you're spending money on this car that, you know, ranges in the $70,000 mark, that's a big chunk of change. So it's just crazy as far as price relative. And then when you're spending money on this car, you have to think about maintenance, and you think about replacing your brakes. And to do the brake job on the Quadrifoglio is $10,000. So when you're ready, when you need new brakes, when that time does come, $10,000 on your what could have been a $79,000 car. So just think about that. That is a big number you need to think about if you're going to get this option of brakes on this car. It makes a difference. So another thing you might worry about with everyday using carbon ceramic brakes is they're made for performance. They're made for the track. So they don't work as well until they're heated up. And cold brakes, they squeak a lot, or just carbon ceramic brakes in general squeak a lot. So it always sounds like you have a brake problem, then you need to get your brakes changed. Now, if you don't have an ego issue, you'll be okay with squealing in your nice car in public, you know, at the brakes and making that noise. But another thing with them being cold is they don't feel normal when you do use your brakes in everyday usage. When you know, are going out for a quick run, you really need to warm them up on the track, you know, so they don't feel normal. And I'll quote that, normal. But they have like more of a squishy feeling when you step on them, and you don't have as much confidence braking because it doesn't feel like they're really catching or really doing much, you know. And that, you know, might be nitpicky stuff, but it is a thing, you know, where these brakes will squeal when cold. They won't feel like they perform as well when cold, and they probably won't perform how you would like them to until they're really warmed up. So that is an issue you might have to deal with. Now, I did mention that the brakes do last a lot longer. They have a longer life than steel, so you don't have to replace them as often. So you won't see that, you know, high $10,000 bill, or if you were to replace just the front two or front back, you know, kind of price tag until you really wear into these brakes. But if you're daily driving using these, you know, you might see that a lot quicker than you think. Maybe halfway through the vehicle's life, you might see, you know, some wear in it, just depending on how much driving you're doing. City-wise, you know, you're definitely going to be stopping and going. You know, that's just in traffic. So you might see some wear and tear, and it might delay, you know, that life of your brakes, because like I said, a McLaren or Lamborghini, you're not driving every day as you would with this car, and you're not taking it out in everyday traffic. So it might be something that you have to consider as far as optioning these out, because you don't want to use these all of the time and during heavy stress situations, and you know, kind of you know, I guess say destroy the life of, you know, the brakes, because you don't want to see that higher bill that you would see after having to replace them, to where if you were to replace, you know, steel brakes, you're saving a lot more money, you know. So it really comes down to, like, I guess, maintenance. You know, if you put enough money aside for stuff like this, which you should, you know, it's not as big of a problem, you know, for you if you want to buy the car and then, you know, put away a chunk for stuff like this. But I feel like you don't want to have to worry about damaging or wearing the life out of these brakes. You just want to enjoy the car. So, you know, what could be a $70,000, $80,000 car became a lot more expensive, because you have to put even more money on the side just to make sure that if something happens with stuff like that, that's wear and tear, not under warranty, but wear and tear, that you have the money to replace it so you can actually enjoy the car. So with that said, guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm just nitpicking a lot with these, you know, I would say things to worry about or warning signs of optioning out carbon ceramic brakes on your Giulia Quadrifoglio? Do you feel like I'm just, you know, I guess stirring the pot? I just want to give people the heads up on this, because you don't know much about it until you have the option to do it, and then you're like, oh yeah, they look cool, you know, less brake dust, you know, they last longer, all that kind of stuff. But you have to look at the pluses and negatives of every situation as far as this stuff goes, and long-term longevity as far as the car. If you plan on keeping it for a while, if you plan on purchasing it and it's yours, these are things you need to think about. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Am I just talking crap? Or do you agree? Or are there some things I missed? Or do you disagree? Whatever you guys want to talk about this subject, let me know, because I'm interested to see what you think. With that said, this is Ron's Rides. As always, love hearing from you guys. Definitely like the video, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. For more amateur Maserati Alfa Romeo videos, definitely shout me out. Give me a little subscribe. Until then, we'll talk to you guys in the next one. You guys take it easy. Be blessed. Peace.